February is National Time Management Month, and there is no better way to manage yourself than to set some personal boundaries. I recently spoke with award-winning executive coach Mitchell Creasey to get some tips on how you can set those boundaries and also stick with them. Mitchell, so many people need your advice. How do we create more time for ourselves? I feel like that's like the golden question we're always wondering. But you say do it by setting some boundaries?
Absolutely. The thing that we often forget about time is that it is all relative and that it exists outside of ourselves. And trying to control something that is outside of ourselves is inherently difficult. So the best way to manage your time is actually to manage yourself. And the easiest way to manage yourself is to set clear boundaries.
Okay, so one of the first boundaries you talk about is the breath boundary, which makes me think of like yoga or meditation. Anywhere close to there, something different?
No, you're not far off. So the breath boundary is a slow, smooth 5-second inhale through the nose, a 5-second hold in the belly, and a 5-second exhale back out through the nose until the diaphragm contracts. And it's best inserted between everyday activities that get jammed together, like being on a Zoom meeting while trying to empty the dishwasher, while trying to clean crayon off of the wall. And the breath boundary really is designed to reset the nervous system, making you more alert and efficient and less likely to make a mistake you're going to have to clean up later, like, say, a broken dish.
That's true. I feel like when we go from this show, from Great Day Washington, to try to do something else, you really have to take that moment of a breath to actually reset. What do you mean by the decision boundary? That was your second boundary you said.
So say you have a tricky email to respond to and you sit down to do it, but before you do, you get on Instagram, you get a little scroll going, maybe you hop over to Facebook.
I do this.
Right? Sounds familiar, right?
Yeah.
Maybe you get up, you go make a snack, you come back, it's been half an hour and you haven't done your email. The boundary is a simple statement that says, if I want to do this later, I can do it tonight. And we place it around those everyday comforts like scrolling Instagram, scrolling Facebook, making a snack. That way we get to stay on task and complete that email in the allotted time slot while knowing that those everyday comforts aren't too far away in case we need them.
Okay, so that's decision boundary, right? Then
Yes.
what do you mean by house boundary?
So today, our houses have been asked to become multi-purpose facilities. The house boundary says we're going to take everyday space and we're going to reallocate it in new ways between the hours of 9 to 5. So my couch becomes the library. The space at the foot of my son's bed becomes the lab. And as a family, we're going to compose a schedule that says where everyone's going to be, when, what they're going to be doing there, and for how long. Plus a contingency plan that says if the kids finish early, this is where they go next and what they do until I go get them. That way it keeps me in the power position while still allowing me the time and space to get done what I set out to do that day.
Very smart. I kind of feel like, I guess we've done this without even thinking about it. Like, I'll be in this room until noon, and then I'm going to be in the kitchen until 3, right? If there's one you have to start with, where do you recommend we begin?
We always want to begin from the inside out. So starting with a breath is very easy. Then moving to making a new decision and ultimately creating and making space is the best way to design your life in a way that works for you, especially in this season.
Is it instant? Will we see these like changes? We're able to adapt to them quickly, or is this going to take a long time for us to actually stick to this?
Again, when we start from the inside out and we feel that nervous system reset and we feel calmer, the next step in making a decision to actually sit down naturally emerges. And then from there, we claim our space and it starts to ripple effect out to our family. So it can take place right away. We don't have to wait a long time for the results.
Okay, good. I think all 3 of these are perfect. Mitchell, thank you for this inspiration today.
Thank you so much for having me, Ellen.